start with the first presenter of today. It is Kavisha. Yes, Kavisha, you can start.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, viewers, respected sir, and my friends. Today is our presentation on modernist literature, and I am sharing my screen. So, in modern literature, we all know that things are changing. It's not just like the way traditional concepts and themes were repeated, but there is a recurrence of themes, but with a different scenario. As you can see in this picture, in this scene, that what this scene can signify. So the scene has a dining table, there are candles, so it's a dinner time, and there is an appetite, lavishing appetite, and what the people are doing, they are enjoying themselves with the appetite. So this is a party scene, and how the party scene is represented in modernist literature. That is, my presentation is going to deal with the party as a motif in the selected modernist text. And the selected modernist texts are The Birthday Party by Harold Pinter and Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse. Here is the abstract. Now, what my study is going to do. Let us have a brief overview on that. The present study is going to attempt to analyze the party as a motif employed in two modernist texts. The scenes which are selected for of the text are the dinner party scene in Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse and the Stanley's Birthday Party in The Birthday Party by Harold Pinter. Yes. Modernist literature have a certain kind of break. It is an extension of modern man's problem. So the modernist literature examines and evaluates and displays the modern man's dilemma, the problems, the existential crisis, the angst of the modern man. And here is Terry Eagleton's one of the most relevant thing. How he defines modernist literature. He defines modernism as a rebellious adolescence, which renews certain kind of themes and motifs and presents the modern dilemma. As well as throughout the text, I am going to attempt to aggregate the various fibers into the whole can be observed with which the research tries to fuse as a lamp to illuminate how the ideas of party are dominant in these two texts and what they symbolize in the text. Modernism, according to William Reymers, can be defined as a rebellious nature of modern dramatic characters, as illustrated by an individual who is breaking away from the certain stereotypical notions of a hero. So the modernist literature doesn't have a legendary hero, but is a hero of a day-to-day life. Here are the research objectives. The present study aims to observe the literary way the techniques when the symbols are repeating. See, till the 19th century, the modernist symbols by the 19th century, the party was viewed as something which connects whole humanity together, and the dinner table is serve its purpose as collection of all the members of family where they enjoy themselves. But here in modernist literature, it is not like that. So how it is not like that, and what are the principles? What are the governing principles which are governing the party as a motive? And there are serving principles also and the governing principles also. So the present study aims to observe the character's behavior and their development while this motive is going on, and to specify how repetition dominates as a certain central theme. In Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway, also Clarissa Dalloway plans to have a party, but that party results into complete failure. Again, in To the Lighthouse, there is a dinner table party, and again in Harold Pinter's The Birthday Party, there is Stanley's Birthday Party. So how this motif of party is recurrent in a modernist literature, and how it is shaping the literature in such a way that it leads to existential crisis also, nihilism also, and it generates a new scope of looking at a modern man in different point of view. So the research questions would be, what is the rationale of this image and symbol, that is party, and in modernist texts how they are displayed, and how the recurrent motifs invariably appearing in the particular order in this text. What are the distinct differences? Like there are party scenes in both the texts, but how both the text differs. Then is research methodology. The methodology carried out is analytical view or analytical method for both the text, and with the use of analytical method and the detail with the reference of the original sources, this study is done. Motif. Yes. First of all, let us try to view what is motif. The motif is a conspicuous element, such as a type of incident device. We are using here incident as a device for analyzing the works of art. It is structural. Yes. Party. The symbol of party was right from the beginning, from the Aristotle's times, where the Agamemnon and all such myths we have read. They used to have a party after war. So the party is a recurring theme. But in, as far as structuralism is concerned, but in modernist literature, how this structure. The stereotypical structure is contrasted and presented in a different point of view. To the lighthouse. Yes, modern novels explores the struggles of self-realization and freedom also. It liberates an individual from the whole society and presents the dilemma of individual. And Virginia Woolf had produced two major texts. So that is Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse, which deals with the problems of loneliness and love, the affection of oneself towards his own self. And into The Lighthouse, Virginia Woolf takes a group of characters who go on a vacation, and then this scene of dinner party comes. Dinner party of To the Lighthouse. Yes, this slide is full of quotations from the original text, which presents the moral and psychological problems of the characters. In first, there is a reference of lights. Yes, this represents the joyfulness of the character. But in the second one, when the dinner party starts, this dinner party was planned by Mrs. Ramsay, and Mrs. Ramsay is having an opinion that as she is the host, she will give her extremeness in proving the party as a massive success, but which results into character. Here the character gathers, but all the members of the family are in a dilemma and are in the crisis of their own. There is a group of individuals who are dining at the table, but all the individuals of these groups are facing such problems like what they have done, how far they will be remain active in their careers. They are in the group, but they are very much possessed and high weighted with their individual thoughts. When the guest demands the soup, Mr. Ramsay doesn't like that. Normally, in all the themes and of literature, we have seen that when guest demands food one more time, then the host becomes very much active in displaying her skills of cooking more precisely to the demander. But here, into The Lighthouse, Mr. Ramsay is of that opinion that a guest should not demand twice. So here, this is a kind of break from the traditional motives of party. Additionally, he is very much disappointed, and he is facing his existential crisis, like, what have I done with my life? So he is very much burdened. This simple sentence of one line, simple question, is very much burdened with the thoughts of existential crisis and his notions of what he will do in future. And additionally, Lily Briscoe, yes, the artist also is facing such a dilemma of how she will represent herself in society in future. And Mrs. Ramsay wants to impress the guest, so obviously she is in that kind of tension. Here also, this slide exhibits the original reference of the text to the lighthouse, and the candles. Yes, candles are set out on the table. Candles are symbolism of the light. It illuminates the room, but here it is illuminating the individual's perceptions towards of themselves. Like, what am I going to do further? What am I doing right now? Am I serving my purpose as a guest or as a member or as a host of this dinner or not? Am I serving my purpose as an artist to the society? Why patriarchy is looking at women who are liberated women aspiring to be good artists? Why society is not giving her that liberation? So that are the things which the candles are illuminating. Are these people together in group? They are in group. Yes, they are in the dining table, dining and enjoying themselves from the outer point of view. But inside they are struggling with the chaos within themselves. So it is deconstructing the traditional structural narrative of the party. Next is The Birthday Party by Harold Pinter. Yes, in the film and the play, there are certain elements, the trivial elements, which are highlighted from in the film from the camera language, and in the play by Harold Pinter's linguistic point of view. So both the play and the film are the modernist text. So obviously it will try to look at the text from self-realization point of view. It will highlight the triviality of life, and yes, time and place is most important with reference to social and personal context. Social regarding to society, personal means individually, focusing on individuality. The birthday party, yes. Here are the scenes. Whose birthday? Meg is going to plan the birthday party for Stanley, where Goldberg and McCain joins, and they create a party. We have this particular notion of having a birthday party means it's a joyful act for the person whose birthday it is, and for the society also. It's a moment of celebration. But here, as you can see, they play a blindfold game, and also they celebrate the party, but the result of the party is a complete failure. Additionally, there is a mess of the birthday party, and the person whose birthday it is, Stanley, is facing the violent and horrifying trap of Goldberg and McCain, and physical and mental violence is also there. Yes, emotional torture is also there. So what is the purpose of birthday party? Even if you look at today's world, like people are celebrating birthday, but what is the purpose of that kind of party? Yeah, the 1 year is going is vested in our life, and we have so much aspirations to be fulfilled within our life. But what we are playing, what we have, what till now, how far have we contributed ourselves to what we are doing with our life? So that's the question modernist literature raises through the motif of party. Yes, the motif is a literary technique that consists of repeated element that has symbolic significance in the literary work. And yes, party is symbolizing the individual, the crisis, the existential angst, and all the problems and issues which a modern man or woman faces in life. So yes, this is not a far-sighted literature, but it brings an individual with to somewhat closeness to his own self. So the motif in both the texts, and we can see this Mrs. Dalloway also, are resulting into massive failure. Though the characters science a lot of things, but they results into failure. So what purpose serves this? The birthday party serves is a big question according to the modernist literature. And individuals are tormented and wishes to be fulfilled from the shackles of the party atmosphere, and they wants to be free from this bondage of the party and dinner kind of things. Here are the references. Thank you.
Yes, Komal, do you have your question ready? You can put your question in chat also, or you can put it orally here also.
Okay, sir. Kavisha, my question is that you have said that birthday party is wasting of our 1 year. So how can you see that if we want to celebrate our birthday or not? Can you please present your views?
Yes. Thank you for the question. It is very much insightful. So here, what my point of view is that we all are celebrating. Even I am celebrating my birthday, and people are joyful on the particular day. That yes, certain person is getting respected, and certain person is given full-fledged attention from the society and from relatives and all. But what modernist literatures give an insight is that this kind of parties are a full waste of time, because how can you celebrate a waste of your 1 year in such a moment? So you have wasted a year and not contributed significantly to the society, to the development of humanity in particular. So this obviously, yes, is the modernist literature says that it's not an enjoyable movement as such, because it is a moment to develop an insight or ponder upon one's own existence. Is that giving an answer to your question, Komal?
Yes, Kavisha.
Yes, Kinnari, is it there anything?
Yes, Kavisha, may I ask you?
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Okay, can you say that what is the influence of this idea that why you choose this topic?
Yes. As I also mentioned in the objective of my presentation, that this presentation aims to highlight what modernist literature has a different kind of point of view from the stereotypical notions or which the traditional literature carries of celebrating events. So yes, this is a novel perspective from which the modernist literature tries to display.
Okay, you reached there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Good way of connecting both the parties that you have done. A dinner party from Lighthouse and birthday party here also. It was good point that how this futility of celebrating life, or rather you can use the word fakeness, fakeness of doing the knowing very well that it is not so. Still, we fake a kind of a thing unknowingly, perhaps. That is what existential philosophers are questioning also, that how we fake. And we normally fake so many things in life also, and parties are one of those things which we do that. This was the point. I don't know whether Dara or Dharti are present. They also made the same. They were reading the modern things. Dara was reading in an epic poem. So this was the point that was missing out. That you are reading a ballad of Mullen as an epic poem. But what is modernity in that epic? That was what was the point of worry. And also human relations. Dharti was reading human relations and importance of that. But what is that modern way of looking at human relations? That how you try to see that. So taking care of people, that is fine. That is taking care of that. But the modernist insight somewhere is that is there any other way of looking at this taking care also or not? That is why you have a parallel of parenting in form of Mrs. Ramsey's parenting, Mr. Ramsey's parenting, the Victorian parenting, and then the modern kids. They disliked that. For them it was a burden. That care was a burden. That care was a kind of a burden that also many people feel. So if you don't see this, then if you see traditional human relations are very important in society. Psychologically, it is, people know that it is very, but when it becomes a burden, when the care becomes a burden, then we need somewhere a modernist way of looking deep into the human relations and also psychology. Okay. Okay, fine. So once you end your presentation, let me share this screen here to let you know that in Google Classroom, we will keep on evaluating. So in Google Classroom, oral presentations of the modernist literature, and we have prepared a rubric, and based on this rubric, we are doing your evaluation. So as soon as you have completed your presentation, we will score, and you can have a look at this also. In case you have any doubt regarding this, then you can ask a question later on, not doing the live, but later on you can ask a question in WhatsApp or in a comment also. So we can rectify your score if there is a need for rectification there. So this is how we will score these questions here, and we will return the score. Kavisha performed well by giving satisfactory answers also.